All right, welcome back. We're going to be making a cube. And this is kind of like what we're going to have at the end here. You'll see I've got two cubes of two different sizes. If you print, according to the videos, if you print on 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, you'll get this size. If you print on with 11 by 17, you'll get this size. You can use cardstock, but that's not required. Regular 20-pound printer paper will work out just fine. You will need an X-Acto knife, a metal ruler, and double stick tape. I've got two different kinds. This is a Scotch double stick tape. You can find this at any store anywhere USA, so you know, Walmart, Schnucks, wherever, Target. This double-sided tape here is found in the cage on campus in the Art and Design building. Either one you can get your hands on will work out just fine. I'll be using this double-sided tape. This one is also okay to use too. So what I've done here is I've printed out my cube, and it's nice and flat. And we're going to be doing two things of the paper. We're going to be scoring and cutting. And I'm going to get this up here where we can see it. Score first, cut second. It's very important. And what do I mean by that? Scoring the paper just gives you, you use your X-Acto knife to nick the page just to put a little crease in it. Cutting it is cutting it all the way through. So if you can see this corner up here, and I encourage you to practice this way also, is that you're going to take your X-Acto knife and you're just going to cut right through. You're going to cut a corner off so you know how hard you have to press in order to cut through your paper. Then what I want you to do is to apply a little less pressure. And that's going to give you a crease. You can see that there. That just gives us a crease, and it does not cut through the page. So that's scoring. And if you need to, do what I did, write down score first, cut second. Right there on your page. Places you're going to be scoring. It's going to be right here on these flaps. You can draw little arrows if you need to, telling yourself you need to score. Oops, not there, here. You're going to score all the way down here and all the way down here, which I've already gone ahead and done that ahead of time, just save time on the video. And we're going to cut an outline around this thing to get it out of the paper. But first, we're going to score. So, like I said, I've already scored here because this is where the flaps are going to fold in to give you a place for your tape to hold on to. And I've already scored here also, but I haven't scored here yet. So I'm lining this up using those score lines that you had on your screen. You should be able to see them on your paper. And I'm just dragging my hand across using the weight of my hand and a little bit of weight of the blade to score it. And you can see that gives us a nice little crease. That was the last place I needed to score, so now I'm going to start cutting. One thing you want to be careful of is when you're cutting here, you're going to cut along this edge here, and then you're going to go to score and then cut again. Be careful not to cut off these little wings here because you're going to need those to make the rest of your cube. Line your ruler right up on that line. I've got long fingers so I can stretch mine out across the length of this cube. If you don't, you're going to want to start on one end, cut, walk your hand down, cut. Now I'm getting to the part where I'm going to score. Walk your hand down and then cut some more. Now the reason why you walk your hand down is because you don't want the ruler to move while you're cutting. You want to stay straight and in one space, because if you accidentally cut into your design, you've got to reprint, start over. Same thing here, we're going to cut till we get to the score part. Let's go ahead and cut this end here, and I'm just going to take some time now and cut the rest of this out. Then we'll get to the part where we will begin to assemble. You always want to be careful when using anything sharp that you don't cut yourself. You'll notice I'm keeping a good job keeping my fingers away from the blade and the edge of the ruler. So I don't want you to slice yourself by accident. Okay, now the last part to cut out would be these little corner pieces here, these angled pieces of the flaps. You don't necessarily need your ruler for those, but if you want to use your ruler, that's fine. They're really short cuts. Make sure you guys can still see. When you're doing this, take your time. Make sure you've got plenty of light. And if you've got pets, make sure you can cut without accidentally cutting one of them if they like to climb up on you or anything like that. And there we have it. Make sure we can see that light. I like to clean as I go, so I'll get this paper here. All right, so now let's see if we can get some, there we go. I'm going to fold in all my flaps where I've creased them. So you're starting to see how this is going to come together. So now I need a little bit of double-sided tape. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to cut off 7 pieces really quick so I have them at the ready. And you can kind of see them at the bottom of your screen there. Then I'll use some of this double stick tape too, just so you can see how they're both used. Again, either one is fine. Apply these pieces of tape right onto my flaps. I put my cap back on my X-Acto knife. I'm just going to push this double-sided tape down. It's got a paper side that peels off. I want to make sure that the tape stays down, the paper comes off. I don't want both the paper and the tape to come off. can see that okay. Now I'm putting this on here, I'm applying just a little bit of pressure to make sure I have it where I want it, and then I press a little bit harder into it so it sticks. Just lining up the corner and the edge. I didn't quite get it where I wanted it. There we go. Nope, still didn't get it. You can see we have this starting to come together. I'm going to start on this side here. This tape here is really wide, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in on itself. Looks like I am just about out of this stuff too. So I'm just going to take it, fold it in half. There we go. You'll notice as I'm going, I'm using the end of my X-Acto knife, sort of push my tape into my box here, so it stays nice and sealed. So now we'll finish off with this double-sided tape here, with the paper double-sided tape. now I'm using the non-sharp edge of the X-Acto blade to give myself a little bit of space so I can push in my last flap on my box. There we go. One cube, oops, there we go. One cube assembled. Now you'll need this to take some pictures of it like I have on Blackboard. You'll see it in Blackboard underneath the videos.